The arrival of high pressure over the weekend has brought with it some much welcome and needed drier weather, but it has been a particularly wet period. And so as a result, on Sunday, there were still around 170 flood warnings, primarily in England, 1 or 2 in Wales. And that's because it's been so wet through December, and the first week of January brought a month's worth of rain to some parts of England. So all that water has been making its way through the river systems, and that process will continue. But the high pressure that brought the drier weather, well, that's going to stay firmly put across the United Kingdom as we go through the rest of the working week, keeping the weather fronts at bay, really blocking the passage of any more rain fronts coming in. But it hasn't been without its wintry issues this weekend. We've had some stubborn fog around, and that will again be an issue along with ice. So slippery conditions and poor visibility to watch out for. Ice just about anywhere and fog, but particularly the ice, I think, where we're seeing these showers Sunday night into Monday. Could be a light covering of snow for parts of East Anglia, South East England, around the motorway network. It could bring some cause some disruption, certainly some hazards as we go through Monday, as it pushes its way, those wintry showers, across the rest of southern England and the Channel Islands. The fog, an issue, being stubborn, as we've seen through the weekend for the likes of the Central Belt, Northern Ireland, Northwestern England and Wales. So it's going to be cold even in the sunshine, but particularly where we have the fog and that stronger wind. Quite a raw day in the south and east, and another cold night Monday into Tuesday. And again, a raw day on Tuesday because you've got that wind, which is keener still. We might start to pick up a bit more cloud coming through to the north and the east. We start to see the showers slip away, except from Cornwall and the Isles of Scilly. But otherwise, it's fine, it's dry, it's just cold with some persistent fog. But what we will find then through Tuesday night, widespread frost again, except perhaps where we have a little bit more cloud near the North Sea coast. Again, Wednesday night, the frost possibly becoming a little less extensive as the week goes on. It'll still be cold, it'll still be frosty with ice and with fog. It's just that temperatures won't be quite as low. The reason? Well, we start to lose some breeze in the south eventually, but still a bit of a breeze, some sunshine here. But we're just going to pick up more cloud underneath, sitting underneath the area of high pressure that's keeping us, well, settled really. So although it's much drier and cold with good spells of sunshine, nighttime ice, frost and fog, we will slowly start to find there's more cloud, as you can see here, mulling around under that area of high pressure. So still frosty at night, but not hard frosts, and less cold by day, but only marginally, and only up to around average. So this is how Saturday looks as well. So come Saturday, we're starting to see the approach of potentially some rain towards the north as well, behind which there's more cold air. I'll tell you about that in just a minute. So as we get towards next weekend, some uncertainty. What happens to that weather front pushing south as the highs just drifted to the northwest for a little while and then slips away, just to allow something a little bit more unsettled, but then a blast of cold north winds once again. So cold week, slightly less cold towards the end of the week, but again with the passage of that cold weather front, we think there'll be another plunge of cold air. But it's a long way off and it's open to a lot of doubt at the moment. But for the rest of the working week, and in fact into the weekend, not a great deal of rain in the forecast. It's cold with frost and ice and patchy fog. There's more online.